exactly the way we've done it now. So this serves for you to know how to set up your workbook for the rest of the items you're going to measure under 2D. We're not going to go there again. So just use this. And what you've done there is you now call up the drawing and either by using, because it's a vector drawing, it's a 2D drawing, so you know how to get the items. I think we've done that with Johnny. We can only go back to those aspects. You guys are struggling. But in the 3D environment, that is not the way it is done. The way we've now typed this thing and it sets it up nicely for us, it is not done that way in 3D. In 3D, CostX doesn't want you to do that for it. Model map will want you to draw up a syntax. You have to draw up a syntax on the basis of the property, the geometric properties of those parts of the building. It only obeys syntax. I mean, it only obeys the geometric property that are already built up. So if you want to build up this kind of thing, we have to note that for 3D, it is model-based. 3D is model-based, even though there are some items that are not in the model that we want to draw up to do our measurement. Put those in your description column in your workbook and the take-out sheets and all that. But in terms of building up the quantities, in populating the quantities, because it can only extract quantities. You don't click and build up quantities. It only extracts quantities of the geometric object. So you ask it, because it has quantities for area, superficial area, for cross-sectional area, for length, for width, for volume, for weight. It has many properties of each of these geometric objects. You tell it that for this geometric object that is in a shape, of a column, for instance, I'm interested in the surface area. So you provide in your syntax buildup that you want the value, the default value of this to be the surface area. So it can now present the surface area to you. All right? So, but it doesn't want you to give it just like we've done it now for the 2D. So now, this is where the rubber meets the road. And this is where I want all discussion to stop. Because we have only 30 more minutes. We'll leave here in 30 more minutes. And this is a very, very crucial time. I believe everything has been smooth sailing up to this point. Now this is points now where we will all start disagreeing among ourselves. If we're not in agreement, I'm still talking as some people are discussing. 30 minutes, you can have all the discussions in this world. If you are in this class, right? You guys are in this class. Are you part of what we're doing? Suspend every discussion. Yes. Please. It's quite important because this is now the tricky part. This is the part that makes the industry people, they are not interested in the world. No matter how you teach them this aspect, they are not interested because it's not simplified enough for them. And we can't make it any further simplified. And that is why you guys have jobs. Have you seen how many kiosks have you seen that are into measuring? Very few. 90% of kiosks don't go into measuring. And that is why you guys are finding jobs. That's why kiosks. You guys find jobs everywhere you go. In the US, or just coming back from the US, if you know how to measure, you can find jobs anywhere in the world. If you know how to do 5D measurements, you are a star. Why? Because those guys, they don't want to bother their head about that. They can only attend CPD to just, you stay there, talk, some will be sleeping, and then you will go. We got our CPD. But in terms of doing the actual thing, they don't want to know. They want you guys to know so that they can put the thing on you. And don't you guys tell me that it is tough. It is not tough. I've told you now, make up your mind and everybody listen, and we're going to go through this together. Now, model maps. Now, for you to build up the dimension groups for the model map to extract quantities here for your measurement, you will start with model maps. So you click on this model maps. Model maps is found on the dimension when you click on dimension group. So click on that. Have you all clicked there? I want everybody to be doing this together. Please, suspend whatever you're doing and let's do this together. Now the model maps, there is global model maps. But I want you to, I don't want to go into details of global and project, but just click on the tab of project. And I will explain later why we need the project-based model map. So click on the project. I already have one here that I have an excavation, so I would say delete this one. If you have any model map showing, do you have any model map showing your computer? Nobody has done that. So under the project, we're going to say insert. Now, the model map works like this. What the model map is all about is, if you see the tree structure of your geometry, under the model tree that we saw, you see under that building, it was, the geometries were subdivided into, is that 5 or 6? You have IFC slab, IFC columns, IFC beam, you understand? So within each one, IFC beam, you have some sub-folders and then sub-items. What model map does is, which of these levels, which of those levels of the subgroupings of the geometries are you interested in that relate to the item that you're measuring? Like we will be interested in stripping the topsoil. The architect doesn't have a model for stripping the topsoil for us. There are some projects where you do the stripping, but most of the time they don't. The only thing, if you want to use model map, you've got to identify within the geometry which of the geometrical objects relate to that item that you're measuring. For instance, stripping the topsoil. Can anybody tell me which of the geometry in there that relates to stripping the topsoil? Does anybody know? Good. So we will associate stripping the topsoil to the geometrical dimensions of that bottom slab. But don't forget that bottom slab has it's a composite item. It has the concrete, and it has the sand, and it has so any of them that we use doesn't matter, but we have to be specific which of those that we are calling to represent our stripping the topsoil. Now, this is the trick. This is the trick. Let me just to tell you something here, a fundamental. Let me close this for a while, so it has to. Let me just close this for now. So there's something I want to tell you. Under here, if I insert a shape now, okay, I will draw that shape using this freeform. And I have drawn a shape like this. Whatever it is. I shouldn't have made it complex anyway, but assuming this is the way it is. All right. So if this is my side boundary to be cleared, oh sorry, the footprint, the building footprint to be cleared, there is some specifications that you start an offset in this, what we're doing. So if I click here and say duplicate that, and I will click and say remove the colors, no solid colors, and let my line be red, choose solid red. Now I just want to go I just want to tell you that Okay, now I'll just move it. I'll just do another one. Now, this is the original dimension, okay? This is the original dimension. Now, if you're doing some side clearance, you are normally asked to take an offset from this original dimension. But the model can only give you this as the footprint of the object on the soil, and that is what you want to base your side clearance to. But you know that the side clearance is much bigger than the footprint by some offset. Okay? So what it means is if you get the side area of the model, extract the side area from the model, then you multiply it by something that will represent the larger area by that offset. Alright? So what happens is that if you know how this, if you know the offset, and you know the internal depth of the original, then you get it. What percentage does that represent? This overall figure. What percentage does this overall figure represent to this? So you find it could be maybe 20% in addition. So that means that when you get the area of what the geometric object has been extracted, you multiply it by 1.2. And that is how you get the dimensions of something that is not represented in the geometry. Okay? And this is, as simple as it is, this is what is causing confusion out there in the industry. And the geometry does not align with the way you measure things. It can measure anything for you. All you need to do, if there is anything that you don't want, so long as you can associate it with a geometric object, how does that differ from your geometric object? And use that geometric object quantities as the basis, and you can get anything you want. That's just what it means. So you just figure out this other extension that is required from the footprint. What, say for instance, we are doing excavation for the slab, the column base, or maybe the pie cap. The pie cap is given in volume, right? Now, the excavation NZS 422 says you must give some allowance, working space. So if you know the working space, that is an offset that we are talking about now. So get that working space and say the superficial area of that pie cap. What do I need to multiply it to give me the working space extension? And that's all. So you now take the superficial area times it by the working space. That is what I actually got to do in the assignment. But based on this geometric object, then you have a column to times by a factor, to give you something that was not included there. And that's as simple as that. Just simple. I don't know what people. So I've given you this principle. Now let's go back. We will not apply this principle today, but we'll build up the model. So open up your CostX again. Now, back to that model map. Insert. So we want to create a model map that aligns with the trade that we are interested in, which is excavation. Okay? So the excavation, we call it 0E. Okay? So the name, we want to call this model map because the model map, the model map is normally created trade by trade because it's a model map that gives you dimensions that you want to use for measurement of a particular trade. Or if you are the one that uses one dimension group for multiple items, it's up to you. But when you get the theory, you can extend it to your preference. Okay? So for now, I'll call this IOE 0E model map, excavation model map. To help with my excavation items. Now we start it. So if you start it, then it presents 1, 2, 3, 4. It presents 3 windows in addition to the drawing window that's there already. So the first window, the one to the top left, is what we already know as the model tree of that 3D object. Okay? Then the left is the main action center. That's where you do those syntax definitions to build up, just like we are creating excavation, then subcategory, site operation, then subcategory, then we start having the items. All right. So the model map is for you to build that syntax that will give you that subtree too. All right. But you do it in terms of what you want. How do you want the extraction to be made, from this geometric figure? Because when you click on that geometric figure, there are heaps of things there, and not all of them you are interested in for your excavation purposes. All right. So what we now will do is, for having built this model map, we're interested in this aspect for my excavation. So if I click on this excavation, right click on that, as I said before, look at the object property. Okay? Now if I look at the object property, what I want to do, just like we created before, I want to create a model map that will help me get items for excavation, but it's not going to be in excavation order. It has to be in geometric order for the model map. 2D, you can build the dimension grouping order according to how we want the workbook items to be presented. But in 3D model, it is not according to your workbook or whatever, or rate builder. It is according to geometry, right? So we will look at this slab now. We point it to that slab and say, how do we get to that slab? And even when we get to the slab, because it's a composite item, how do we get to the slab, the ground slab that we're interested in? So we're going to follow that tree and specify it as a folder for the model map to now give us that. So that means that there has to be IFC. All right? You can see how it goes there. Just exactly the way it is laid out there. You will say, I want a level 1 grouping called IFC. Within my IFC, I want, within my level 1 IFC, okay. Now, so this IFC slab, look at what defines under the value, what defines this IFC slab. It is level 1. Okay? So write it down somewhere, because you need to understand how those 3 is configured in the original geometry, what it is called, because that level 1 is what you put in the syntax, and say my folder should be called level 1 slash, in other words, it will now write IFC slab slash, and within the IFC slab, what next are you interested in? Because there are heaps under there. So if I go to my level 1 slab, then I will go to, I will be interested in level 2, because I'm interested in the concrete commercial. That's the one that gives me that for a ground floor. Okay? Then I will also be interested in, all right, just not to complicate things, because I know it's getting to, by the time we get to product, everybody start getting to the, let's keep it at that level, okay? And see how we can adjust that later. So I'm interested in my level 1 as a folder. So folder IFC slab will be my main folder, and under that I will have here material 1.layer thickness for 200 material. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm interested in material 1 name, concrete cast institute. So within my IFC slab, I will be interested in concrete cast institute. And within the concrete cast institute, I'll be interested in the cross-sectional area, which is base quantity cross-sectional area. So that's what is telling me that the cross-sectional area of that is in millimeter. That is what it is there. So my item now will be base quantities cross-sectional area. Base quantities, one word, dot cross-sectional area. This is what extracts this quantity, even though it's in millimeter squared. We will ask it to give me the quantities in meter squared. So it will now provide, that area that you need for your measurement. But you have to understand how this tree is built up. Now, you see IFC slab as a heading, backward slash, concrete cast institute, backward slash, then you have an item, base quantity. But the way it understands it is not by value, but by name. So to get this structure set up for you in the model mapping, you have to now say, this one here, IFC slab, what is it called here under the name? What is it called?
We call exploration.
Yeah, it is called level 1. Level 1 gives you the IFC slab, isn't it? Example, level 1, IFC slab. That's the value that you're needing. The value you need, the name is level 1. And that has to be put in brackets. Alright? So you need level 1. And to create a subcategory slash concrete slab, you need that slash. It does not, CostX model mapping doesn't recognize slash. You need to specify, say, get me this level plus that slash. Okay? So it recognizes plus, but it doesn't recognize slash. Then plus concrete cast institute. Concrete cast institute as a value here is material 1.name slash in bracket material 1 exactly the way it is dot name. Okay, so this is where our folder, this is what we need for our folder. Now, in terms of the value or the dimension that you are measuring, under the dimension, we will now say, I want my dimension to be base quantities cross area. Cross area. And I will specify that I want this to be in meters squared. So let's just stop at this and see, preview it and see how it has presented it for us. And if we need to make some further adjustment, we can go and keep on tweaking. But in order not to complicate things, let's just be okay with what we've done now. So, having known this, we're just using this simple step, to make you guys understand the basic principle. If when you get familiarized with the way these things happen, you can do it within 5 seconds. It's not so hard. But in following the first principle, it looks as if it's complicated. It's not. Trust me, it's not. Now, we will, having understood how this thing is set up, because it's better to understand it here than coming to this point. All right? So now, the folder, which is the first thing it's going to ask you, is this information. I want IFC slab slash concrete slab, but it understands it in the first line there. So you either put this thing in bracket level 1 plus that, or you draw it up from here. So if you look at something that will give you IFC, or that level 1, just you can scroll down to this point. Only that its edges, you know what I mean? It could take you. Now, can you see IFC or generic IFC? If you are measuring concrete, and you would have just used level 2 and do the rest, you know, so it can give you the various concretes, you know, arranged in level. But we are looking for excavation. So this is at level 1. So you bring that level 1 here, all right? Or you just type it yourself. That bracket opening level 1, the bracket closes, or just drag it and put it here, and then plus put that backward slash in quotes. Anything that modern map doesn't recognize, you have to put it in quotes for it to recognize it. So slash and then plus. Now the next thing we're interested in is Concrete Cast Institute. So the Concrete Cast Institute, we say it is plus material name, material 1 name. So either you go and look for material 1 name and bring it here, or you just simply type plus in brackets, just exactly the way it is typed there. It's capital M material 1 dot name. And then you close that. Your description group, your dimension group is base quantities dot cross sectional dot area. So because it is an item that is already base quantities, please write it in full. Dot cross area. Cross area. Let the measurement type be automatic, or else you specify what you want, but you want it to be area. Okay? And let it also be displayed in area. Now, because it's going to give you an area in millimeter squared, let's allow it to give us the area in millimeter squared now. But if we don't want it in millimeter squared, then we choose this custom one and say the area that it has now divided by 1,000. So it will, by 1 million. Sorry, it will be in meter squared. But let's just leave it the way it is. So we're not interested in dimensions, but we're interested in the area. So within the area, we are interested in the base quantity area, which I'm not sure it is here, but let's just see what it has for us. Does anybody know what we are looking for? That base quantity area.
Yeah.
It's right at the beginning. Yeah, good. So here. Alright, so that is what we need as our area. And the volume, if you are interested in the volume, I don't want you to display the volume just in case you need that.
Did you take the heading?
Huh?
Did you transfer the heading across?
Here.
No, the one that you just transferred.
Yeah. Just, yeah. Sorry, what did I transfer?